I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
BGS ibmor. Let me go ahead and knock this out the park. All right, let me knock this out the park. So let's hear what BGS got to say. Let's hear what BGS got to say. Hold on, let's go back to the 10-minute mark of his live stream.
Black woman congresswoman.
Oh,
and I do mean that because I've met a few and they don't sound like this. They don't
No.
sound like her.
I'm sure. I don't think she sounds like that ordinarily. I'm sure she didn't sound like that when she was running.
Especially with all the hand waving and stuff, buck dancing.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Did you hear about the I call it the DEI flight?
The link's in the chat, man. If you want to come up, okay. What we do, he's called comedy relief, but you know, even knuckleheads speak truth.
Yeah.
Okay. And Charleston White is a expert on ratchets. Okay. He knows when he sees one.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Charleston White. I think he wanted to help the community, but you know, all the
you could come up with the smoke, but you come up and as long as you talk policy, you don't scream, you can come up. Okay.
Sure.
You can come up. The thing is, we don't want the screaming and hollering and bleeding all over the floor. If you want respectful dialogue, you can come up. You can come on up. I have not seen anything out of Jasmine Crockett that's I could say is remarkable. In fact, AOC did the exact same thing with much more respectful. In fact, AOC was a bigger firebrand. Was it 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah,
and got way more attention. The thing is, you didn't hear this kind of stuff come out of her mouth. Okay.
I've never heard LSC.
May you do act like you stop that, okay? But if the links in the chat, man. Links in the chat. The thing is, you might have smoke, but I got a water, I got a fan. Because you've seen me talk politics. Are you sure you're ready?
Are you there? I'm here, Sugar Bomb.
See, if they can buy AOC out, who is a firebrand and a Bernie bro, and a progressive, okay, what how does that bode for everybody else? Okay, I've heard black female politicians talk about the Ukraine war and how they were bought out by basically bought out or assumed by Joe Biden and the neocons.
Yeah, they pretty much told him either you support this war or we're gonna.
And him and Hillary Clinton has been running this scheme since the Obama administration. Okay, even before the Obama administration.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing that kept them from doing what they wanted to do is Trump in 2016 because nobody saw him coming. You know, nobody saw him coming, and basically that and the DOD and the Department of Defense and the other folks, man, we're not going to allow her to be
president,
commander in chief. Wasn't going to happen. That's how come they. That's how come they tried. They actually rigged that. They broke into the DNC server. Okay, they stole files. They got Epstein's laptop, and basically even Clinton said, okay, because you got the jokers in office. Congress has to come in, and now they have to come in and have to bring them in properly. And he's actually talking to them. Okay, this is like they should have fucking had 30, 40 years ago. 340. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Long
Hello.
time no see.
Yes, ma'am. Man, that's the first time, BGS. That's the first time I heard you being respectful to a woman. That's the first time I heard you being respectful to a woman. What happened, BGS? You growing old? You mellowing out on that shit? Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Long time.
You know I miss you.
I know you do.
You've been on my mind lately.
I don't know why. Is it on your mind or in your dreams, baby?
It might be both. But listen, I got a
Wait. Stop. So, BJ, are you claim you're black pilled? Are you telling me you went so black that you turned blue? You went so black pilled that you turned blue pill. I'll be damned. Oh, they're flirting.
I know this is a little bit off topic maybe, but I did address that in this video, I believe. I had a message. I was talking directly to you. I'm surprised you didn't review that.
I've been dropping in and out of it. I didn't know what was going on. So I don't follow Jay or I don't follow her. So I don't know. So I'm just
shit.
I have no idea. So what message were you trying to drop to me?
Stop. That's some bullshit. No. BJ is lying. Wait, hold on. Stop it, y'all. We know that is some bullshit. Now we know that right there is some bullshit. So let me do this real quick, right? Yeah, exactly. How did he end up on my channel? Right. So I don't watch Queen Sun Kids. I don't watch Big J. But how come he was in the chat room? Explain that. How was he was inside the chat room then? He's so fucking stupid for even saying that shit. He think everybody gonna believe that bullshit, right? He thinks everybody going to believe that bullshit. BGS, stop lying. This nigga lying his ass off. Hold on, let me go ahead. and go to my community, my comment board here. Let me go to my comment board. Give me a minute. Hold on. Yeah, share this tab, right, nigga. Here is you. Let's scroll down. Hold on. We got to scroll down. We got to scroll down. Let me see. That's one. That's two, three. Wait a minute. But you said though you don't watch my channel, right? But here is you coming, BJ. Wait. Hold on. Another one. I don't watch your channel, Big J. What? Wait a minute, nigga. What's all this? What's all this right here, BGS? Come on. See, you're lying. You got caught lying. Here is another one. Here is another one. Right? BGS, you got caught lying. And don't let me go on the on the mentions, because I can do that, BGS. You just lying your ass off right then and there. You lying. And you got Jalen stupid ass saying that dumb ass shit he be saying. I'm about to block his ass. I'm about to block this nigga too. Let me see. Hold on. B just got caught lying. I don't watch those people's channels. Get the fuck out of here. You lying your ass off. Let me see. Anyway, let's go back to this back over here, because he just lied his ass off.
Well, now don't stop me now. Don't stop me.
Oh, what happened? Wait, stop. What happened? What happened? Wait. What happened? Oh, okay.
You want you want your 2 minutes? I can give you 2 minutes. You
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
just give me 2 minutes. That's all I
You
need.
got it. All right.
Okay. And hold Charles back. I don't want him to come jump on me.
You got
This ain't got nothing to do with
2
him. It
minutes.
got nothing to do with him though. I just know he's your bodyguard. It ain't got nothing to do with him.
Charles, he's not even here.
Yeah,
He is. He in the chat.
He's in the chat. If Charles want to come up, he'll come up. But the thing is,
I know. I'm just joking. I'm just saying. Don't let him beat me up. It's not about him though. It's directly at you. BGS. We talked about the octanes sometime last year, I think, and
okay.
You have this very
that's way off topic, but go ahead.
I know, but I addressed it in this video that you're showing. You just happened not to come across that part. But you definitely talked about the octanes, and we were talking about. Oh, I remember it was some kind of conversation about the PhD and my failing to actually complete the program. But in that, the folk in the audience started saying they needed a book from you, and you said, "Give me a year." You said July 2025. You are in April. There's May, and there's June, and then there's July. So this octane book is the I guess you would say a breadth of your life's work, and it needs to be produced. And I wanted to find out if you have made progress on the octanes book. That's one thing. And I have another one.
A little bit. Why? I mean, I don't. What I want to know is why was this book so important to you?
It was important to your audience. They were saying,
no. Why is it important to you, though?
Well, now I'm gonna tell you why you got to rewrite it if you start it.
Well, I'm glad May asked this question because B just likes to do this bullshit. Instead of answering the question that's being asked, he answered your question with a question. What's the progress on your book about octane? No, what does it matter to you? That's not what she asked. She asked, nigga, what is the progress of your book? You see, you think you think you're smart, BJ. No, the answer is no, you have not done your book. No, you was bullshitting them lame niggas that is your sycophants on your channel. Stop the cap, BJ. Stop the cap.
Now I'm gonna tell you why you got to rewrite it.
Well, you haven't answered the first question yet.
Oh, why is it important to me?
Yes,
because I think that this bobbing and weaving, all this stuff that you do, you need to give it like life for real.
What does that mean, bobbing and weaving?
All these different things you have tied together and weave together the way you weave. You know, you got to put some paper, put it to paper.
I can't
be published, officially published. Yeah.
With that, for me to actually publish everything, okay, because
just the octane,
even with the octanes, okay, basically the octanes is really about 3 books, okay. One is the octanes, which is about class, which most women agree with, the dating class for Black people, right? The second is the 3 levels of male commitment, okay, that most women don't understand, okay. The octanes are for the men. The 3 levels of commitment is actually for women, okay.
Okay.
And the third basically is what I think Doc is working on, is the gynocracy, right? About how this culture is actually formed and why is it upside down? Okay.
So you know y'all are the gynocracy. I want you to know that y'all men are the gynocracy.
How's that?
Y'all give us women all this power. They did this, they did that. Y'all are the gynocracy.
We don't give you power, okay?
I ain't did nothing. I ain't got no power in the world.
You haven't listened to me, okay? Where do Black women get their power from?
Apparently, y'all give it away when you talk.
No. White people give you power, okay? White women and white men give you power over Black men.
Well, I ain't got none yet. I don't know.
You do have. You just don't exercise. You do. You exercise. That's how come. And the thing is that the thing is the women. Well, you've been in those circles, right? The women at elite, the women at the masters, the postdoc or the post graduate levels, okay?
Mhm.
At the graduate levels, it's an ongoing secret. They cover this stuff up all the time. Like I like Dr. Neal told me about what's her name? Brittany
Polly
Cooper
Murray. Oh, Brittany Cooper.
we had written the chapter on Polly Murray. She knew about that. Everybody, she knows where intersectional feminism come from. She knows why sex was actually put in the Civil Rights Bill, and she knows that why 83% of the what is it, the affirmative action goes to white females. That's done on purpose. The same thing with DEI. Okay, it's done on
Right.
purpose.
Definitely. I mean, white women took hold of that and took charge of that, and they're not really trying to share the power. So I find it very interesting that the black woman is responsible for all the oppression of the black man, and he can't come up because she did it. I'm not buying it.
So why are black women, especially elite black women, guarding it instead of speaking on it? They don't speak on it. They hide it. Why?
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point we do have to realize that every individual is going to align themselves. That's where MAGA comes from. People align themselves with their best interest. That's why all these so-called liberals are turning tail on the Democratic Party, because their best interest is to be with whiteness, and they're realizing that, and they're crossing party lines. Whether we realize it or not.
How many black women, black scholars that know the truth talk?
Scholars don't run us.
Yes, they do. Well, you don't think so, but
most black people know it's because you read a lot. But a lot of people, black folks that they don't never heard no scholar, they don't consult them, they don't look at them as guidance. No, not leaders.
Where does the policy come from, ma'am?
If you ask me, policy comes from special interest groups that are led by people who get something out of it from an industry, particularly pharmaceutical or some other social construct. What is it?
Where does policy start? Policy starts in you've never taught at that level. Policy starts policy starts in the university and works its way out, just like Me Too. Okay, Me Too started in university.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and then worked its way out.
Makes sense. Okay? I mean, that's why Trump is trying to shut down all the universities having their opinion.
Affirmative action, all that kind of, it starts in the universities first with the elite, and it works its way down because the elite. Because basically, how many people?
And he ain't talking about ADDIC. He ain't talking about that organization called ADDIC that they factor. It's a bill factory. They write legislation, and then it's like a factory for legislation, and they give it out to all 50 states. They ask them to pass it. See, he ain't saying that part. He ain't saying that part. There's a thing called ADDIC. It's located in Virginia. Is in the north side of Virginia. I think north side of Virginia, and they put out every 50 state in some of these small towns, these rural cities, quote unquote. They issue out legislation and policy. What is he talking about? See, BGS is lying.
How many politicians actually listen to people on the ground? Who do they listen
Very
to?
little.
Right. Wait.
Very little. Policy starts from the university.
Hold on. I gotta stop it. Mike V. Thank you. Alec drafted stand your ground laws. What is BGS talking about? What is BGS talking about? Alec is in Virginia. They pump out bills out on a yearly basis. The Koch brothers the Koch brothers. Now, both of them. I think one of them still alive. But the Koch brothers, ever since the Civil Rights Movement, the Koch brothers have been anti MOK, anti liberal, anti. They on all these corporations in America. They're the one funding, issuing out legislation. What is BGS talking about? See, Mike, I'm gonna say something, Mike. BGS is scared of you, and he's scared of me. I'm saying right now, Mike, BGS is scared of you. He's scared of the Black Brain Trust, and he's scared of me, and he's scared of Ty City. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hold on. Yeah, Mike ALEC is the American Legislative Exchange Council. Yes, that's what it is. The American Legislative Exchange Council. But like I said, BGS don't want that work because you, me, Ty City, and even MOT, he's scared of. He's scared of the four of us, though. That's why though he like that's why he get on his community tab and do that little picking and prodding shit. And then he actually lied because nobody was talking about BGS on my live panel. No, we didn't even say anything about him yet though he popped up. Why you popped on Queen Sunkiss's channel? Why you popped on mine? We ain't talking about you, nigga. We ain't talking about you, BGS. We here is you trying to insert your shit into this motherfucker. Let me go ahead and play some of this. I'm here for I'm playing this for another reason though.
Boys, the white girls, the black women and black men, and whoever else is in there, getting their degrees and working through policy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, me and Dr. Johnson said we called it the trash goes out on Tuesday theory. In other words, the people that you train, okay, especially at elite universities, okay, these are the people that go into politics. These are the people that head the think tanks, and these are the people that head the corporations, okay? And the policy follows them. They're the ones that dictate the policy all the way down. If they link up, guess what happens? The policy, and we link up business and policy, all this kind of stuff, with all what drizzles down. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Where it comes from. The thing is, my thing is, I'm not saying that black women have power, but the thing is, why does it take nobody? Why does it take
I
somebody?
just think y'all give away a lot of y'all's power by just constantly talking about, oh, the black woman got this and that.
Wait. Y'all did give away power, BGS, because you gave your power to Hannah Pearl Davis. Do we got to play that clip? She's gonna be used. Remember that? Instead of you having a political agenda, and I told you this, BGS, in 2016. I told you in 2016 when me and you were sitting up in that white manosphere, channel. I forgot that channel name, by the way. I think it was Honey Badger Radio. I told you back then, policy, passing laws. You didn't want to hear all that. You didn't want to hear all that for 10 years ago, BGS. And I told you. So now all of a sudden, now the man you want to say black women stole all had power over you. I told y'all, why don't y'all take the power, nigga? Instead of coming online to do shame, blame, and explain. Instead of you doing SBE.
Damn, we're so deep down and we just can't get up. I think y'all are self-fulfilling prophecy.
No. The thing is the thing is that we're black men. I said they have two choices. Okay, as you find. If you don't find women that can actually raise your children properly for success, okay, then you have to find another group of women. Okay, because black women for 200 years, they are repeating the same cycle. That's how come you see the same things keep coming up over and over again. We have been taught about black boys and they're reading.
I think BGS
hold on, 200 years. Wait a minute, hold on, stop. So black women have been sexually assaulted, whipped, chained, abused, all of that, and the only damn thing that comes out your mouth is she got power over you. How does she got power over you when she's shackled with your black ass? When she being brutalized along with your black ass? This is how stupid you sound.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
okay, right, okay. I do let you speak, do I not? Okay.
Okay.
I know you're excited. I know you want to interrupt me, but saying is, I mean, I don't want to have to yell over you. I'm trying
No,
not
no,
to
I'm
yell
not
over
gonna do that.
you.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. The thing is, the thing about black boys about not reading, not being educated, man, that goes so far back. It's ridiculous. In fact, I think I'm gonna actually pull that stuff out of the Mohawk Conference. I'm actually gonna do that video today. The talking about putting black boys in the trade and not them not going to college. That's been since 1890. They didn't want black men to learn how to read back then, but they would teach black women how to read because they said they need to raise children. They
Whoa. Okay. 1890s, right? I guess BGS forgot about there was some black congressmen and black senators. So how come if black women were supposed to have all this power over black men, how come people like Richard Smalls was a slave who became a congressman? Now I forgot the rest of the men who became governor. Louisiana produced a governor in 1873. He was a black man. I think his name was Pinkerton. His last name started with a P. What are you talking about, BGS? That black women have more power over black women got more power over black men. Explain that. The last time in the 1890s was the last decade up until 1940 or the late 1930s when you start seeing black Congress people again. Between 1900 to 1936, there was no black people in Congress. I'm just letting y'all know, for the most part, I could be wrong, but I'm just giving you a general idea. The point is, BGS, stop the cap. You're lying.
need to learn how to do the bills and run the household. Okay, they were trained how to read, write, and arithmetic. The black men, they said they didn't need it. Okay, and that's
thank you. His name was a Governor Pinchback of Louisiana. He was lieutenant governor. The governor died. He served as governor for at least like two months. Thank you, Mike V. Thank you. See, facts matter over here, BGS. Facts matter. You're lying, BGS. Making up, yeah, that's all he did is making up shit up. And I'm getting really tired of these niggas. Oh man, BGS, he's the master teacher. He's giving y'all wrong information. and since he talking about black women have more power than black men, right? Then explain the Wellington, North Carolina race war. The race war in North Carolina in 1892. I'm probably wrong off a year or two, but come on. Black men was protecting black women, and black women was protecting black men in Wellington, North Carolina. Stop the cap. Now I'm not gonna be here very long because I got a job. I got an HO. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I see my future lady right there, Angelica. What's going on, baby? What's going on with you? You all right? What's going on with you? But anyway, yeah, he's a master drunk on the street to me. Logic, yeah. The first black man elected office since Reconstruction. Mike V, to the United States Senate. Edward Brooke was elected in 1967 1966, he was the first black senator from since Reconstruction. But in the House of Representatives, it was like 1936. Okay. Yes, Edwin Book was the first black senator since Reconstruction, but when I'm talking about Congress, I'm talking about the House of Representatives. So it was 1936 or around Roosevelt, because what's his name? Powell. Clayton Powell was in office. Clayton Powell from New York, and there was another one from Illinois. What's the name from Illinois? It was a bunch of them out of Illinois at the time. And there was a woman at one point too. Yeah. Adam Clayton Powell. Yes. Adam Clayton Powell was a congressman during I want to say right when World War II was going on. So yeah. But anyway, but like I said, I'm not gonna be here very long because I'm gonna clean up. I gotta go to work and stuff. So I'm trying to find this part. I'm trying to find this part in his live stream where BGS mentioned something that I want to talk about later on.
That kind of idea still perpetuates to this day. Only 10% of your black boys can read a reading level.
Yeah.
Why is after this has been?
Wait! Didn't I tell you that in 2017, in 2016, what we should be doing, BGS? Didn't I tell you that? And then when I made that video called "My Black Agenda for 2019," you and Anger Man shitted on it. Y'all don't care about this bullshit. Y'all only care about people worshiping at y'all's feet. Y'all ain't trying to solve a motherfucking thing. Shit. So now all of a sudden, you won't worry about education. When I told y'all, focus on education, housing, and jobs.
This is something that they hated. Monahan pointed that out back in '65. Nothing's been done since. Okay, the only space where black men had elevated as far as education wise. We just talk about education, okay? In 65, right? In 67, 68 had all them riots. So when the Kerner Commission came down, and we actually read it. We actually read it online, okay? Kerner Commission came in and actually went.
I mean, reading is one thing, BGS. One thing is reading, BGS. The other is comprehending what you read. Reading and comprehending what you read, BGS. You're reading it, you're not comprehending what's actually being said, because you're adding things onto it, BGS. And Angelica, damn girl, you man, listen to your voice. Oh my God, that's like, ooh, soothing. Keep it moving, man. I gotta go out.
Bennett interviewed the inner city people and asked them what happened and why is this happening, blah blah blah, and everything that Moynihan said was 100% correct, right? So what did they? So what did they do? They started promoting black men. They started opening up, putting money into black boys' education, open up avenues for black men to go to college. And the highest level of black men going to college in 1976, right before the Bakke decision. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I think at some point, at this late point, it's time to toss the Moynihan report out, and also because it's not new research, it's not data.
Yeah, because yes, let's toss out the Moynihan report. You know why? Because I'm a millennial. There's Zoomers out here. We don't give a first of all, that doesn't work anymore. We're not under the Moynihan report no more, and in fact, we don't give a fuck. You're out of touch, BGS. You and them old niggas need to get the fuck out the way. You're in the way. I've been telling y'all that. You old niggas are in the way. And when I say old niggas, Maxine Waters need to get the fuck out the way. Al Sharpton needs to get the fuck out the way. You just you also need to get the fuck out the way. You old niggas, take your old talking points and go home. We're not dealing with the shit that y'all dealt with. We're dealing with something different here. We're not talking about segregation. We've been integrated since for at least 3 generations. Move the fuck on.
To current times, and all circumstances from there, for the most part, have adjusted in some kind of not random, but relevant way. And not only that, do you know that I'm sure you do know that Moynihan was a social engineer, right? You know that Moynihan,
proof that it's not relevant is what?
All the circumstances have changed. They're not. I'm not saying they're completely, totally different, but a lot of circumstances have changed.
Like how?
Because this idea, what was it? What year did it?
65.
The Moynihan report?
65.
But it was studying. It was a 65. But what period was it studying?
It was.
The 40s?
It was 2 main books, which I'm surprised. That's a very good book. It's called what is it? It's called Freedom Is Not Enough, right? Where he actually talks about Moynihan, what Moynihan went through, and the stuff where he pulled his ideas from. And there's 2 major pieces he actually pulled from. One was Fraser's book, The Negro Family. That's why he named the paper The Negro Family, right? And the second thing was Clark's book, Dark Ghetto, okay? Clark's book, Dark Ghetto, talked about the rectangular pathology, okay? It's actually not on, was he on 100% right, okay? Which nobody talks about Clark in Dark Ghetto, was 100% right. In fact, you see it infiltrating not only to black people, and which he said, so actually go from the lower class, was like maybe 5 or 10% to.
And let me stop right here, right? Let me stop right here, because B Money said that's why I might need to jump off that cliff. I might need to jump off that cliff. Because I'm tired of the bullshit, all right? I might need to jump off that cliff. Yeah, he fast talk. He trying to talk. Yeah. Now, May, I want to know when did he mention the Grinch? Because this is where I'm here for. I'm hoping for you to see this. Yeah, yes, Angelic. I was hoping for you to see this. I use your talking points about equality for gay men. He going to discriminate. His answer's going shock me. Yeah. So May, tell me where he brought the gay stuff up, because that's what I'm here for.
To the whole black community, and then what's doing now is also spread to the white community, and it's actually spreading globally now. So the tangle pathology of low class thinking that he talked about is global now. Okay.
Dumbass. I'm sorry. BGS, you're lying. The low class thinking and the celebration of low class thinking is a Irish Scottish worldview. Jesse James, Frank James, the celebration of the James gang was there from the 1870s and 1880s. Billy the Kid was celebrated in New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona. The outlaws of the Old West was celebrated. What are you talking about, BGS? Oh, the Hatfields and the McCours of the Appalachian Mountains, the family feud, that was celebrated. BGS, those people are Scots Irish. Even your boy Thomas Sowell wrote a book called The Black Redneck, when he says black people got their dysfunction from the Scots Irish people during slavery. BGS, what are you talking about?
He was 100% right. So basically, it doesn't. The thing is, the reason that you read history, right, is not that something was relevant to the today's time. Is what they say, what they predicted back then, correct? And everything that they predicted, because it's still
Well, you
here.
relate it to current times because you keep reconnecting back to that, and you're using justifications for your arguments now.
No. Give me an example why it's not relevant.
58 years ago.
No.
If I do the math, that's 58
It
years
doesn't
ago.
matter. It doesn't matter. Okay.
You don't have any more relevant research than that.
I do. The thing is, we do. We just had a study. We just had a study by the what's it? The Brookings Institute, man. I'm
gonna write it down.
2020, right? Did you read Boys and Men by Reeves? Okay. Did you read it?
Dr. Tommy Curry.
The thing is that they just did a study 2 years ago about black boys and reading levels. Guess how many? What percent of black boys read at reading levels?
Okay, those are specific studies.
No. Don't go past my question. I say guess what the percentage is. Then you can go on. Okay, guess what the percentage is. Unless you just want me to talk.
Of boys that can read at grade level.
Black boys can read at grade level.
It's gonna be low. My guess would be 25%.
Oh, that's high.
Yeah, that's actually pretty high.
My experience as a teacher, a literacy coach, it's been they're not at grade level.
10%. Okay. And guess what it was back in 63 when he actually did the report.
Probably less.
Yeah, I think I'm drawing my issue with the whole welfare system, and this is the breakup of the black family and all of that stuff.
Okay. The welfare system, okay, which black women pushed for, okay, because they did not wanted to give it to black women. There's a very good book called it's called God, what's it called? It's a book about the child support system. She's written by a chick that was under Clinton. Okay, she wrote it in 2000, I'll say 7 or 8, right? Okay, she talks about welfare. In fact, we looked it up. Black women did not get AFDC until 1960. Okay, that's actually what caused Moynihan to write his paper.
So that was a fresh thing. That was really fresh. Think about that. So they're getting welfare in 60, right? That's what you're saying. And now 7 years later, you're studying that.
No. He studied. This was 3 years later when he actually looked at stats, because Moynihan was under the Department of
Labor, BGS, labor. He was Department of Labor. He was Assistant Secretary of Labor under Kennedy and Johnson. Anyway, yeah, these niggas still talking about the same shit for almost 10 years. Now Solutions just talking about books. Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for these solutions. I told them what needs to happen. My first videos on YouTube, I told them what needs to happen. Why y'all still talking about the problem and not about these solutions? That's why I said black men are not problem solvers, because I keep on telling them this is what needs to happen. I told them this, my very first YouTube video. I told them what needs to happen, and this is right before, way before I met BGS. Way before I met BGS. That was like 2014, 2013, 2014, right? So I met BGS a little bit later, and I told him the same thing. That's all I hear, because BGS wants to be the one to bring these solutions. Nobody else. He wants nobody else to bring these solutions except for him and Angry Man. That's all.
Department of Labor. Okay, he was
a social engineer for the government.
He was the undersecretary for the Department of Labor for Johnson. Okay,
he wrote a lot of social engineering work.
I know he did, but I'm saying, where did he work though?
You just gave him the answer.
It's been a while since I looked at his biography.
But the thing is, I'm telling you what you're arguing with me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was undersecretary for the Department of Labor for Kennedy and Johnson. Okay. And the reason that he wrote the paper, okay, if you understand why he wrote the paper, I've actually played the homeboy's whole hour of him explaining of the book about the freedom is not enough, okay, and he explained exactly why he did it. Right, is because when black women got welfare, right, okay. What he was trying to do is bring the welfare rolls down by giving black men jobs, okay, because the idea was, his idea and Johnson's idea was, they want to get black women off of welfare and raise the standard of their families and start giving black men jobs, right? Which they did, right? And so the thing is, normally for every other case before welfare, right? Every other group, right? The welfare when men's jobs went up, welfare went down, okay? And for every other group, right? But the
so
thing
that
is,
tells you right there, that informs you that black women want to be with working men who don't have a situation where the government bull crap welfare is actually more than what the man can do.
You know what? B Money. I never hear them mention Kwanzaa I can't pronounce the name, y'all. The conspiracy to destroy black boy. Yeah, I am familiar with that book. I never read it though. I never read the book, but the person, I think there was a video about the author in that book. It's on YouTube. Yeah, but guess what? I'm just a pedestrian, right? But like I said, my time is short. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, B might say, where the fuck he get a bunch of women getting welfare? Yeah, because if you really want to think about it, right? Black women was not getting welfare in the South. Most black people was in the South. So the only place where black women could receive welfare in 1960 was, I don't know, Chicago, New York, LA, Baltimore at least, DC. Those are the only places where because the southern states were not giving black women welfare. Black women not even having babies like there was in a right, exactly.
You're not listening to
Hey, say it again, because I think
no, the thing is, you're cutting me off before you even understand what I'm saying. Finish my sentence, then, if you understand what I'm saying.
I can't finish the sentence. I don't know what you were going to say. I thought you were making that point right there.
No.
When men's jobs go up, women get off welfare. To me, that's a correlation between women want to be with their men. When
what you missed the other point is for every other group except whom?
Oh, hell no. See,
go look. I mean, have you ever read the Monahan report?
I have not read it because it's old as hell.
No. The thing is, how can you comment on something you haven't read?
It's old as hell, BGS, and you feel like it's some kind of Bible, like there's no new research.
So is the Constitution.
No, that's not the same.
It is the same. It is.
I think you cherry picked something.
No, the Constitution is a set of laws. Constitution is different from the Monahan report. Monahan report is just report.
Major point and your alternative reality.
I didn't cherry pick anything.
Okay.
I didn't cherry pick anything.
BGS, before Charles comes up here, because he scares me, and I don't want to be scared away. I want to say what I got to say.
No. You know what? The thing is, I run the panel. I run the panel. Okay.
I'm asking
I run the panel.
Okay.
If Charles is not going to bother you, if I ask him not to bother you, okay, we're as long as you don't go off the rails and
I know
whatever. Okay, Charles is not going to bother you. Okay. The thing is, sweetie, I've been studying this shit for 40 years. Okay. The reason I read the Monahan report is because somebody else commented on it. Okay, so I actually did what I said. I had only heard seen excerpts of it. So they said, let me read the whole doggone thing and see if it makes sense. Okay. And what he said and where he drew it from, he did. He didn't. It wasn't his research. He drew from other people's research. Okay, especially from black men's research. Okay, that's why he drew it from Clark and Frazier and a whole bunch of other, and Du Bois. Okay,
and we're letting a white man interpret black culture. That's interesting.
No, we're not. No, not really.
Joe Biden.
what the thing is, Clark. If you actually want to read it, I don't know if you want to read it. And that's the whole point about people that discuss politics. You can tell people that don't really read. Okay, if you actually go and actually read the documents and see what they actually say, then you can actually see whether these people were right as far as what they saw coming down the line, or they were wrong. Okay, if you had read the Frazier's book, it was written in the 30s. Okay, in 1938, 39. That's when he actually wrote the book. Okay, he talked about why in 1961, 63 that you had what he called a cross, right? In other words, black male unemployment went down, but welfare went up. He said it didn't make freaking sense. So guess what he did? He said, Clark, because Clark's from New York, just like he is. Hey, man, I don't understand this shit. What's going on? Because I thought if we get black men jobs, black welfare would go down, and it didn't. So what's going on, right? So Clark said, read this, and read this, okay, and then come get back to me. That's what he did.
So black men could not compete with welfare. They weren't making enough money, having enough stability or ability to grow or do whatever.
Wait a minute. Who was governor of New York in the 1950s, 70s? I say it a better way. Between 1958 to 1977, or no, I'm sorry, 1974 rather. There was one man that was governor in all 3 decades. Nelson Rockefeller, who became, and the only reason why he stopped being governor because Gerald Ford appointed him to be vice president of the United States. So Rockefeller was doing his war on drugs back then. Who was mayor of New York at the time? I think his name was Jarvis and somebody else. I forgot the other guy's name. They ran New York during that same time period. Their policies was the war on drugs and try to box people in. See, BGS, you're lying. You can't just talk about in New York, each state have to have its own problems, BGS. New York had problems not just because the federal government was giving welfare to black women, but also there was policies in the state, in the city of New York. There was rent problems, high taxation in New York State at the time. What are you all talking about? You got to add all those factors in, BGS.
To compete, these lowly welfare checks. That what you telling me?
They didn't. But thing is, guess what? If the same thing for so-called the Mexicans or the other non-whites, they couldn't compete with it either. Guess what they did? They stuck with their men.
If you added up all the benefits you get for being on welfare, it adds to something like $70,000 a year.
There was the war on drugs in New York State when Rockefeller took over in between 1958 into the 1990s. There was a war on drugs by the governor of New York and the mayors. All these mayors of New York had a war on drug policy, and they was boxing people impoverished communities in. You won't talk about it. Then there was the influx of black people moving north to escape Jim Crow. You didn't put that out there, BGS. It was a strain. It was a strain on the resources of the state. That's why in 1975, New York State asked, and New York City asked for a bailout from Gerald Ford, and Gerald Ford says no. The United States government is not going to bail out the state of New York and the city of New York. See, BGS, you're full of it. You're full of it.
Yeah. Well, now it probably does. Back then, I mean, you know what? My thing to black women, if black enough, and that's what you want to do, you want to make Uncle Sam your baby daddy, so be it. But the thing is, don't lie about it. Say we made.
I think black men need to do better if they actually are going to try to say that a welfare check is competing against them. They need to do better.
Okay, so
do better.
Okay, everybody says do better. How?
Okay,
how?
What do you mean? How? That's what men's supposed to know. How?
No. If you're gonna say that,
I'm a woman and I can compete with a welfare.
No. If you are going to
do better, well, okay, BGS. Let's talk about how not to do better. Let's talk about this, BGS, and I got to go to work. I got to go to work, right? You know. But let me say this, BGS. You just asked this question, how, right? Well, BGS, when I put out my 20-step plan, who shitted on it? You did. When I put out my Black Agenda of 2019, who shitted on it? You, BGS, Anger Man, Obsidian, and on them punk-ass niggas you hang around with. Y'all shitted on that inside the Coliseum. Black men sabotage other black men. That's why black men got to do better. I'm giving you the opposite. Because you want to be the glory hog, bitch. And this ain't about no jealousy shit. No, nigga, you the one wants to be this high prize nigga so everybody can worship your ass. And I told you this 10 years ago what needs to happen. No, BGS, you sabotage every other black man. You even sabotaging Cerulean Gray. Cerulean Gray put out the Gray Faulkner Initiative. Who torpedoed that? You and Anger Man. And I disagree with the Gray Faulkner Initiative. I disagree with the whole damn thing. However, I didn't shit it on it though, because I at least respect somebody trying to put out a plan, trying to put out some type of ideas out there. Now, I'm trying to. Yeah, y'all take all that, and I haven't said none of that weird ass shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the purpose. I'm trying to go to the rainbow part. Now where is the rainbow part? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the rainbow part because I got to go.
Allowing certain Chinese goods in, or like electronics and shit. Daffy, okay. That talk to each other online. They've been doing it for a long time. Okay, that on YouTube. I know with like 3 or 4 of them. But the thing is, my thing, I'm not gay. Okay, and what I can say is, gay men do.
In the black manosphere.
Yes, because they're men.
Wait, hold on.
To write it. Okay, the
They're black
octanes
men, so are they included in the Black Manosphere?
they
No,
are
wait,
included in the Black
wait,
Manosphere.
hold
A
on.
lot of people listen to you. A lot of people follow you, and they hang on to your every word. That's a fact. So a question: where do black men fit? Gay black men, queer black men, and are you willing to adjust or adapt any of your thoughts or teachings to include them? Is there some DEI for the queer black men in your alter world? In all of this conversation about the black community, that's my question.
Is that a question? Okay,
Yes, it's a question.
okay, the octanes were not written for gay people. I would like a gay man, since I'm not a gay man, okay, to write
Right,
it.
I know that.
Okay, I'm not a gay man. Okay,
I
I
know.
know gay
Yeah,
men. I know gay men. They work on a whole different parallel system that I wouldn't even begin to understand. Okay, they have to write it. Okay, the
They're black
octanes
men, so are they included in the Black Manosphere?
they are included in the Black Manosphere as long as they're for rights. Okay, it depend. They pick bits and pieces of stuff that apply to them. Okay,
Yeah.
Black men, black gay men have black nephews and other kind of folks. They had to go through the same shit that other black boys went through. Okay, so the stuff about black boys and black boys' education apply to them. Okay,
So
but
gay black men are
gay black
included in the Black Manosphere.
yes, because they're men. Yes,
Okay, interesting.
yeah, yes.
We never
Really
discriminated.
interesting.
We ain't never. How when you actually see us go off on gay black people?
I never have. That's why I'm saying. I just assumed they were excluded. I assumed there was no place for them. And recently, you all have had someone who came out of the. Y'all have recently had somebody who came out of the closet.
I know him. Yeah, I do. I know him. I know. I talked to him about it, and I don't give a shit. In fact,
You
somebody
don't
came up.
care.
Somebody came up and outed him on my panel. I said, you know what? I said that's his own personal business. If he want to talk about what he does with his penis, I'll tell you because I talked to a gay black man a long time ago. There was a relative of mine, right, about being gay, right?
Okay.
You know, I told him. I said, I don't care where you stick your dick, but you got to be a fucking man first. That's what I told him. I don't give a shit about where you stick your dick. You got to be a fucking man first. You stand on being a man principle. I don't give a shit where you stick your dick.
So you're not willing to adjust anything that you've been teaching about this male, female, masculine, feminine. You're not adjusting that.
It doesn't apply to them.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't
I'm just
apply
trying
to
to
them.
figure out where they fit in. They don't get any literature. They don't get any guidance on how to be gay or.
I'm not a gay man. I'm not a gay man. I'm not a gay man.
I know you're not gay. I know that, BGS. I'm just saying that I didn't know if anybody was going to create a genre for them under this umbrella. That's all I'm asking.
Let them do it. If they want to be
okay.
The thing is, who wants to be gay? Really, if you have people that are gay that have their own little enclave that online that talk to each other, okay,
yeah.
about this stuff. They have been for a very long time. I wouldn't call it a gay manosphere, but there's a whole bunch of gay black men that talk to each other online. They've been doing it for a long time. Okay, that on YouTube. I know with like 3 or 4 of them. But the thing is, my thing, I'm not gay. Okay, and what I can say is, gay men do not form families. That's not what they do.
They would argue with you about that. There's some that would say they form families just like they're regular people, just like everybody else. They'll say that.
So they get together, 2 gay men get together and have kids.
Not biologically, but they do adopt and do all that kind of other strange thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm saying the vast majority of gay men do not form families.
Okay.
And there's some gay men that turned gay after they got married, did have kids, okay, but I doubt they want their face out there that I live this lifestyle, okay.
I just don't understand why the Black Manosphere is not addressing that openly, because there are a lot of men I perceive as gay. I don't know
why.
I just because they shouldn't be speaking on how to deal with women and masculine and feminine when they're gay. They shouldn't be teaching other men about relationships when they're homosexual and they want dick.
Boom. Thank you, May. Thank you, May. Shit. Thank you, May. Damn, man. May went ahead and worked, and man, she smoothed herself up in there. She wiggled herself up in that shit. Damn. Shout out to May. Shout out to May. Shout out to May, y'all. Yeah, he's fumbling over his words. So the manager is coming out the closet. I guess so. I guess so. I mean, you know, man, May, you like water seeping into concrete. Oh man, yo man, hey, he said, yeah. May spoke facts. Yeah, they go to other options to create families of their own. Yeah, they're hiding a lot of rainbows. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're digging for gold. I'm gonna get out of there. Get out of there. Let me get out of there. All right, let me get out of there. So let me get a few more minutes, and I gotta head on out of here, y'all. I gotta head on out of here. But yeah, BGS, boy.
Let me ask you: Have gay men come to the black manosphere and say we want to be addressed?
They just pretend to be heterosexual, kind of like Homeboy did, and they start teaching men like on Angry Man's channel about.
Answer my question.
I'm answering the question.
No. Have gay men? It's a yes or no question, right? Have gay men, because I've been here 11 years, come out and say that we want to be addressed as gay men?
I have not seen that yet. No,
I haven't either. I haven't either. I've been here 11 years, basically, and the black man, we rebooted the black manosphere from scratch in 2015. Okay, I haven't seen it. There was in the MGTOWs, there was a section of transvestites, I do believe, okay, that actually thought that the MGTOWs, which the majority of men are MGTOWs,
which that is very mean.
They thought that MGTOW men that had trouble with women would prefer to be with trans women, trans men, whatever you want to call it. Okay. You found out that like 99.9% of the MGTOWs are straight. Okay, that's not what we want. Okay, even the incels. Okay, it's not what we want. It's not what we want. 99% of them, right? Not what we want. Okay, because gay men and gay people have their own sphere. Okay, they don't.
You didn't say we. Did you say we?
Huh?
Fear.
Incel is involuntarily celibate. I am not involuntarily celibate. Okay.
I was gonna say, I thought you said we. That's why I was confused. I was like, no, you.
I'm quoting what the group. They said,
okay.
as we, you have to listen. You're a scholar, okay? You have to listen to my words are important, right? You have to listen to all my words. That's the parts of it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So okay. So I don't know where we deviated off onto this. If gay men wanted to be included into the black man, they said something. They would gone and came in throwing elbows. Basically, the stuff that we do for men. All men, regardless of what sexual persuasion
I got it.
Is for them. Okay, women. Actually, women. I'm gonna tell you, women think that the black manosphere is created against women. No, it's actually against the state mostly. Okay, it's not really about.
That's
really
lie.
Not about the women. Women can only do what the state allows them to do. That's really what the black manosphere and the manosphere is created for. It really wasn't about women at all.
That's what I'm saying. So why is a lot of that? If a lot of this is about the relationship between man and woman, I'm just trying to figure out why do gay men have anything to say? I don't understand that. That's all I'm saying.
We don't. There's no gates in the manosphere.
That's a problem.
There's no gates in the manosphere.
Just hear me, BJ, real quickly.
No. I have heard you. You cannot.
You have males.
No. You're gonna let me finish my goddamn statement. Okay. There are no gates in the manosphere, right? Anybody can come in. I from the very beginning of me being over here to drop public links.
I'm gonna
Anybody
need a
can come
drink
up.
after this.
Anybody, I don't know why, but anybody can come up. Okay. Anybody can come up and address whatever they want to address. Gay men do not come up here and publicly address that shit. Okay. Including my boy. Okay. Including my boy. I didn't know he was his way until he outed himself. And I know him personally. Okay. He never disclosed it. That's his wish. And guess what? Our relationship has not changed. Okay. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care where you stick your penis. Doesn't matter to me. If our agendas align, our agendas align, including white women that you guys don't like. If my agenda aligns with hers, guess what? Okay,
Oh,
I don't care. We riding with you because you following our agenda. Okay, we riding with you. It's about getting shit done. It's not about morals and politics, all this other kind of who we like and all that kind of shit. I don't do that shit. Okay, never have. Okay, just like Trump. I'm not a fan of Trump. Okay, definitely wasn't a fan of Biden. Okay, even less of Hillary Clinton. Okay, because I know she's probably the worst out of the three. Okay.
Really?
Okay, I just want to be honest with you. I know I'm not in the black manosphere. You always got to interject myself and all this other stuff. I watch y'all because I think y'all are interesting, especially you. Yeah, but I'm having a problem, person, be honest, an emotional reaction to the idea that gay men are given the authority to speak on black women and the dynamics between black men and black women, because these are the same men that are competing for dick with the women, and that's a problem.
I would tell you about that particular guy's history, right? But the thing is, that's his personal history, right? He's deep into women. I do mean deep. He lives with one right now. Okay.
He still competes with women for dick. So, and he's not alone.
What I'm saying is he goes both ways. He still bangs women. He still bangs women. Okay. And in fact, if I told you about his history, he probably knows.
I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
Just interrupt you again. Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Evidently, you don't want to hear what I got to say.
I do. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. He actually was deep into female flesh. Okay. I can't tell you how because this is personal business, right? He probably knows as much as about women as most guys on this platform for a very good reason. I'm not going to tell you how. Okay. But trust me, I know. Okay.
Female flesh. Define that.
Pussy.
Okay. You said it so strange. I didn't know what. Okay. So okay. He like poontang. Okay.
Let me say, because you from the South, called poontang, baby. That's how.
Okay, I got it.
That's what it is. He know about. He's expert on black poontang. All right.
Okay.
You feel me?
I got it. I got it. Like I said, though, it changes dynamic when you competing for dick too. It just it ain't the same, man. You can't be an expert on women.
Knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge.
Why
do black women listen to gay men about black men? If that's the case.
See, I like masculinity and man. You didn't
answer my question. You didn't answer my question.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the question.
You didn't hear the question.
Why do women listen to gay men?
Yes. Why?
I personally would not. I understand that women do, and that's because they think that that's a man and he knows men better than any woman could ever know a man because he's one and he dates one.
And gay men also, you guys also share your inner secrets with who? Y'all tell shit to a gay man that you would not tell a straight man, don't you?
I agree. A lot of women do. I don't like gay men at all. I don't want to be around them, but I understand most women do. Absolutely.
As far as long as that gay man's not hitting on me, I'm indifferent. Okay.
Indifferent. Okay, so indifferent and DEI is the black manosphere official position. I got it.
They have not asked to be part of the black manosphere, even though they might be. I don't know. They have not.
I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I'm a Gnostic. The temple's open to everybody. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Lord,
that's why I dropped the link for you. Temple's open to everybody. But you
do open up that. Yeah, you are open. That's true.
But we're far afield. But the same stuff that I talk about a male psyche and all this other kind of crap applies to black to gay men too. Exact same shit. Exact same thing. Knowing who you are, what you stand for, and how to walk around as a man. I don't care where you put your whatever your joint is. Okay, it still applies to you.
So I think that maybe, you know, some of this, all I can say is being that you're so inclusive, BGS, maybe that whole idea of all this masculine feminine and women are too masculine, all that, we got to kind of let that go once we start getting genderless and
why?
let that go.
You know what? In fact, guess what the feminists, the gender people that came with the genderless shit.
That's what you're talking about. Men who do men on women.
No.
That's genderless.
The genderless shit. Okay, guess it actually brought this stuff in. Okay, especially polymeric and intersexual people brought the shit into the society. Guess what? Guess who's actually kicked out of society now?
Yeah.
The feminists. They're trying to push it out. Why? Because shit don't work.
Yeah, I'm with that.
It don't work.
I'm a feminist, and I do not like none of that gay shit.
Because if it worked, it'd be fine. The shit don't work, and when white women and so-called white feminists do not like that shit. Okay, that's why they try to push it out. In fact, they just. I'm sure you heard it, right? In
UK, woohoo!
The UK did what?
They told them a woman is an adult female.
Yes.
And all that other shit is bullshit. I'm celebrating today.
Guess who also said it? It's the guy that you don't like.
Yep, Trump sure did when he came in.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that.
So in other words, every president, including Barack Obama, you know, Black Jesus, okay, including Black Jesus, there's things that he will give and there's things he will take us away. Okay, you have to evaluate.
Okay, y'all. I got to end this live stream. Okay, I got to end this live stream because I got bills to pay. I gotta go to work, y'all. But yeah. Thank you, May. Thank you, May. And this is too Sexy Red. You know, the red demon. Let me tell you, I'm gonna drag your ass in here. Cause I saw you on Red's channel talking about there's gonna be civil war between the chambermaids. Sexy Red, shut the fuck up. Over there instigating problems and shit. Like you always do, been instigating shit. Mind the business that pays your ass. Okay? What channel? It was on what channel that was? The Master Teacher Response channel. And he was talking shit about me. Yeah, Dante. We gotta talk about this. Shout out to May, because we were doing our own thing on my platform. He was talking shit. So yeah, I love Queen. Queen loves me. Yeah. But Sexy Red over there, she was on Red's channel talking about they're having a civil war in the chambermaids. She needs to mind the business that pays her. That's why I can't stand her ass. Always instigating shit and creating more problems and hide behind these old ass niggas. Calling everybody on my channel the women over here chambermaids. Now I know where she got that from. Troublemaking ass. See, and these old niggas that keep on defending Sexy Red, they never call her out on that bullshit she be doing. They never gonna call her out on that little slick ass shit she be saying. They're more worried about how people are responding to her. Right. Right. Mind the business that pays her. Who cares what you think? No, the problem is Woo. My problem is not her. The problem is not what she's saying. The problem is she have these niggas manipulate these niggas to attack me over here. That's my problem. And she lying. Oh, Big J was trying to get with me. Helper, I got your email. If I really wanted to get with you, I would have emailed you. Because I got your email. We emailed before. So if I'm trying to get with your ass, wouldn't I be emailing? I can't. And Rollo, nigga. Rollo, you know, I'm gonna address Rollo in a minute. I'm gonna let V-Dub address Rollo. I ain't gonna address him no more. I ain't gonna address that shit no more. Hold on, I think Charles going to get me. I'll block my eye, blocking my eye. Yeah. But anyway, let me get off of here. Y'all be easy, and I'll see y'all next time. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. Well, wait a minute. We'll talk about this Saturday, because I'm off Saturday. I'm off from work Saturday. Saturday morning, we're going to talk about this. So I'm out. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.